She may be one of the most famous supermodels in the world, but for many of Gisele Bündchen's boyfriends who dated her before her rise to fame, she was just their first love. Since the start of her modeling career more than 20 years ago, Gisele has dated several famous men, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Josh Hartnett and, of course, Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady, whom she was married to for 13 years from 2006 to 2022. The former couple also share 2 children, daughter Vivian Lake Brady and son Benjamin Rain. In an interview with Love magazine 2010, Gisele opened up about how motherhood changed her. "It's a cliché, but there is no bigger thing," she said at the time. "With your kid, love happens just there. You just look at them and think, oh my God, I love you more than anything. I want to be the best person I can be for him. I want him to look at me one day and say, that's my mom, you know? I don't want him to say his mom was a successful model. I want him to say that she took care of him, that she was a good person." While Gisele has been linked to her fair share of actors, models and athletes, one Hollywood leading man she's made clear she hasn't dated is Chris Evans. "If everything that's written about me was true, I'd have about 10 kids and I'd be married 5 times, one of them with some actor named Chris Evans, whose name I heard for the first time 2 hours ago," she told Arena magazine in 2008. But who were Gisele Bündchen's boyfriends before she married Tom Brady? Read on for what we know about Gisele Bündchen's relationships before he marriage to the GOAT of the NFL and what some of them think of her now. Gisele Bündchen and Tom Brady met on a blind date set up by a mutual friend in 2006 and started dating soon after. "I think the one phone call that changed my life was my friend Ed, who called me one day and he said, I have this girl and I think you should call her," Tom recalled to WSJ magazine in 2021 about how he was introduced to Gisele. "I ended up calling her and it ended up being the love of my life." The two started dating but hit a tough patch in February 2007 when Tom's ex-girlfriend, Bridget Moynihan, announced she was pregnant with his son. Gisele told CBS This Morning in 2008 that she considered breaking up with Tom after the news. "It was a challenging thing because here I am, you know, thinking, I am dating this guy. We met, and we started dating and everything is great and then this happens," she said. "So, then I felt like I didn't know what to do. It was kind of one of those moments of like, do I just run away?" Tom and Bridget's son, John Jack Edward Thomas Moynihan, was born in August 2007. Gisele later revealed in an interview with People in 2018 that she fell in love with Jack and his birth made her and Tom closer. "I am so grateful for Bridget," she said. "I know this was hard, but I couldn't imagine my life without Jack. I call him my bonus child." She added, "He opened my heart in ways I didn't even know my heart could expand." Tom and Gisele got engaged in January 2009 and married a month later in February. They welcomed their first child together, son Benjamin Rain, in 2009. Their second child, daughter Vivian Lake, was born in 2012. Tom and Gisele filed for divorce on October 2022 after 13 years of marriage. They confirmed their divorce with separate statements on their Instagram stories. Tom's statement read, "In recent days, my wife and I finalized our divorce from one another after 13 years of marriage. We arrived at this decision amicably and with gratitude for the time we spent together. We are blessed with beautiful and wonderful children who will continue to be the center of our world in every way. We will continue to work together as parents to always ensure they receive the love and attention they deserve." His statement continued, "We arrived at this decision to end our marriage after much consideration. Doing so is, of course, painful and difficult like it is for many people who go through the same thing every day around the world. However, we wish only the best for each other as we pursue whatever new chapters in our lives that are yet to be written. And we kindly ask for privacy and respect as we navigate what is to come in the days and weeks ahead." Gisele's statement read, "With much gratitude for our time together, Tom and I have amicably finalized our divorce. My priority has always been and will continue to be our children whom I love with all my heart. We will continue co-parenting to give them the love, care and attention they greatly deserve." She continued, "The decision to end a marriage is never easy, but we have grown apart and while it is, of course, difficult to go through something like this, I feel blessed for the time we had together and only wish the best for Tom always. I kindly ask that our privacy be respected during this sensitive time." News of issues in Tom and Gisele's relationship started in September 2022 when Page Six reported the couple was in a fight over the NFL player's decision to unretire from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in March 2022. Tom announced his retirement from the NFL after 22 years in February 2022 before reversing that decision less than 2 months later. Tom and Gisele are in a fight right now, a source told Page 6 in September 2022. The insider added that there had been a series of heated arguments since Tom's unretirement. A day before they filed for divorce, a source told Us Weekly on October 27, 2022, that Gisele gave Tom an ultimatum to choose their family or his NFL career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gisele told Tom either he leaves football to spend time with the family or she is gone for good, the insider said. The source continued, she doesn't want him to continue to get injured and not be able to enjoy life in the future. She is doing it for her family. Gisele Bündchen and Josh Hartnett were linked in 2006 after they were seen kissing outside the Spotted Pig restaurant in New York City in December 2006, a week after Josh's breakup with ex-girlfriend Scarlett Johansson. They were all over each other, a source told the New York Post at the time via Celeb Bitchy. A representative for Gisele declined to comment to the New York Post. The publication also reported that Josh and Scarlett may have had an open relationship at the time. Leonardo DiCaprio, 1999 to 2005. Gisele Bündchen and Leonardo DiCaprio dated for 6 years from 1999 to 2005. In her 2018 memoir, Lessons: My Path to a Meaningful Life, Gisele revealed what she learned from her relationship with DiCaprio and how it changed her life. I had been smoking cigarettes, drinking a bottle of wine and 3 mocha frappuccinos every day, and I gave up everything in one day. I thought, if this stuff is in any way the cause of this pain in my life, it's gotta go, she wrote. Everyone who crosses our path is a teacher. They come into our lives to show us something about ourselves. And I think that's what Leo was. What is good versus bad? She continued, I honor him for what he was. Gisele also told Porter magazine in 2019 about how she was numbing herself with alcohol during the relationship because of the anxiety she experienced while dating Leonardo. No longer numbing myself with smoking, drinking and too much work, I was becoming more and more aware of things that I'd chosen not to look at, she said. Was I alone in wanting to do some serious soul searching while he stayed the same? In the end, unfortunately, the answer was yes. She added, I didn't feel like I could share my panic attacks with anyone. So I suppress it, and the more I suppressed it, the bigger it became. Gisele also revealed in the interview that, at one point in their relationship, Gisele considered jumping off a balcony, which was the catalyst for her seeking help. To recover, Gisele surrounded herself with friends and family, which made her realize she had to end her relationship with Leonardo. Since then, Gisele told Porter that she's cut out sugar, alcohol and caffeine from her diet, as well as started doing yoga and spending more time outside for her mental health. Scott Barnhill, 1999. Gisele Bündchen and model Scott Barnhill dated in 1999. Scott confirmed the breakup to E! We just recently split up, but you know, life goes on. I am definitely working through it, I am moving on, he said. 23 years later, Scott shaded Gisele's then-husband, Tom Brady, in an interview with the New York Daily News, where he revealed that he ran into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers player at Harry Cipriani in New York City a few years before he married Gisele. I was walking in and he was walking out, Scott recalled. We bumped shoulders and he said, I make more money in one day than you make in a whole year. Scott also told the New York Daily News that, one summer while he was dating Gisele, they went on a trip to Costa Rica, where Gisele bought property and built a house. Gisele, Tom and their children were seen at the home as recently as summer 2022. She's always known what she wanted, Scott told the New York Daily News. I wish the best for her. A source also claimed to the New York Daily News at the time that Scott's campaigns with Gisele at the time they were both models were a key part to her success. Scott is the real reason why Gisele became famous. She mentions Alexander McQueen, but it was her campaigns with Scott that catapulted her, the insider said.